Story number 1. The Haunting of Willowbrook Manor. In the quaint countryside of England, nestled between rolling hills and ancient forests, stood Willowbrook Manor, a grand estate with a dark history. Rumors whispered through the nearby village of strange occurrences and ghostly sightings within the manor's walls. Despite the warnings, the Thomas family purchased the estate, eager to restore it to its former glory. As they settled into their new home, the Thomases brushed off the villagers' tales as mere superstition. However, it wasn't long before they encountered the chilling truth behind Willowbrook Manor. The first sign of trouble came during their first night in the manor. Mrs. Thomas woke to the sound of footsteps echoing through the empty halls. Assuming it was her husband, she called out, but there was no response. Curious, she ventured into the corridor, only to find it deserted. Unease prickled at her skin as she hurried back to bed, dismissing the incident as her imagination. But the disturbances persisted. Objects moved on their own. Strange shadows danced along the walls, and whispers echoed through the rooms. Mr. Thomas, a skeptic by nature, searched for logical explanations but found none. His skepticism waned as the supernatural events escalated. One evening, as the family gathered for dinner, they heard a mournful wail emanating from the depths of the manor. Frozen in fear, they listened as the sound grew louder, filling the room with an otherworldly presence. Without warning, the chandeliers began to sway, casting eerie shadows across the faces of the terrified family. Desperate for answers, Mr. Thomas delved into the history of Willowbrook Manor. He uncovered a dark secret hidden within its walls, a tragic tale of betrayal and revenge. Centuries ago, the original owner, Lord Harrington, had betrayed his wife, Lady Eleanor, for a younger woman. Heartbroken and vengeful, Lady Eleanor took her own life within the manor, cursing it with her dying breath. Determined to break the curse, the Thomases sought the help of a renowned medium. Together, they conducted a séance in the hope of communicating with Lady Eleanor's restless spirit. As the séance began, the atmosphere thickened, and a chilling presence filled the room. Through the medium, Lady Eleanor spoke, her voice filled with sorrow and rage. She demanded justice for the betrayal she suffered, vowing to torment the descendants of Lord Harrington until her vengeance was satisfied. Horrified by her wrath, the Thomases pleaded for mercy, promising to right the wrongs of the past. In a final act of forgiveness, Lady Eleanor's spirit faded into the ether, leaving behind a sense of peace within Willowbrook Manor. From that day forward, the Thomases dedicated themselves to honoring Lady Eleanor's memory. They restored the manor to its former glory and ensured that her tragic tale would never be forgotten. Though the scars of the past lingered, Willowbrook Manor became a place of solace and redemption, a testament to the enduring power of forgiveness. But as night fell and shadows crept across the walls, whispers of Lady Eleanor's ghostly presence lingered, a reminder of the darkness that dwelled within the heart of Willowbrook Manor. And so, the legend of the haunting of Willowbrook Manor lived on, a cautionary tale for those who dared to tread within its haunted halls. Story number 2. The Ghosts of Hunter House. When the Johnson family moved into Hunter House, they thought they had found their dream home. But as the days turned into weeks, they soon discovered that they were not alone. Strange footsteps echoed through the halls at night, and whispers drifted through the empty rooms. The children claimed to have seen shadowy figures lurking in the corners, their eyes filled with malice. Desperate for answers, Mr. Johnson reached out to a paranormal investigator, hoping to uncover the truth behind the hauntings. Together, they delved into the history of Hunter House, uncovering a tangled web of betrayal and revenge that stretched back centuries. As they conducted their investigation, the spirits that haunted the house grew increasingly restless, their anger boiling over into violence. The Johnson family found themselves trapped in a battle for survival against an enemy they could not see or understand. In the end, they were forced to flee the house, leaving behind the ghosts that had claimed it as their own. But as they drove away, they knew that the echoes of Hunter House would haunt them forever. Story number 3. The Curse of Hunter House. For generations, the Hunter family had lived in the grand mansion that bore their name. But as the years passed, tragedy seemed to haunt the family like a malevolent specter. When young Emily Hunter vanished without a trace, the townsfolk whispered that the house itself had claimed her as its own. Desperate to uncover the truth, Emily's brother, James, delved into the secrets that lay hidden within the walls of Hunter House. As he pored over old journals and faded photographs, James discovered a dark history of betrayal and murder that stretched back centuries. It seemed that every member of the Hunter family had been touched by the curse that plagued their ancestral home. Determined to break the curse and free his family from its grasp, James performed a ritual passed down through the generations. But as the ancient words echoed through the empty halls, a sinister presence stirred, unleashing a wave of terror that threatened to consume him. With each passing moment, James felt the darkness closing in around him, and he realized too late that some curses were meant to endure for eternity. The haunting of the Hunter House. The Hunter House stood alone on the edge of town, its weathered exterior a testament to its long history. Abandoned for decades, the house had earned a sinister reputation among the locals. They whispered tales of strange occurrences and unexplained disappearances that were said to have taken place within its walls. Tommy and his friends dared each other to spend a night inside the Hunter House. With a mixture of excitement and fear, they entered the derelict building as the sun dipped below the horizon. As the night wore on, strange noises echoed through the empty halls, and shadows danced in the flickering candlelight. Tommy's heart raced as he explored the darkened rooms, each one seemingly more foreboding than the last. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the silence, sending chills down Tommy's spine. He turned to see his friend, Sarah, being dragged into the shadows by an unseen force. Terror seized him as he stumbled backward, desperate to escape the malevolent presence that lurked within the Hunter House. With trembling hands, Tommy pushed open the heavy front door and fled into the night, leaving behind the haunted house and the nightmare it contained. But as he ran, he couldn't shake the feeling that the darkness of the Hunter House would follow him wherever he went.